Hi guys, welcome back to Tykes TV. Thank you for joining as ever. So yes, as you can tell from the title, James is with me again as well. We've replaced Pinnock. Pinnock has gone. It's official, gone, done and dusted, gone to Brentford. James again is with me for this. I wonder if he's calmed down in this one. You calmed yet, James? Are you a bit?
It's still a load of bollocks, that Pinnock.
We've signed Toby. What is it, Toby?
Sibbick.
Toby Sibbick. Toby Sibbick. Toby Sibbick from AFC Wimbledon on a 4-year contract. See, there you go. 4-year contracts, they're coming in. Highly rated as well. And in fact, I've actually read a post. I did as well. I read a post about him when he was 17 years. In 2017, he was being looked at by Arsenal. So, there you go.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We're on the ball. Well, I know. We don't know too much about him. What's how many appearances last season? About 20-odd appearances last season?
23, I think it said.
23, with 1 assist, were it?
1 assist, 2 yellow cards.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, we've got a signing of at line, so...
Yeah, it's a signing of at line, I suppose. I mean, no... I mean, he's a young lad in here.
We must have had this lad on cards, because I don't think we've just gone and signed him because Pinnock's gone. So I reckon we've, made sure we've had somebody in straight away before actually letting Pinnock go.
Yeah, it looks like we've had this in place. So obviously this Pinnock deal's been going through for a bit, hasn't it? Bit looks at it. If we've got a replacement straight in on same.
That's what I mean, yeah.
I mean, he's only a young lad. It'd be nice to see him, see what he's like, see what he's all about. I mean, it's going to be hard for him because it's Championship and he's no experience in it. I'm not being negative, not trying to pick negatives, because I'm looking forward to seeing him. It's just Pinnock deal's a bit shit, really. I'm still a bit fuming with that.
It's gutting. It's gutting. It is gutting.
Well,
and
there's not what we can do about it now, I suppose.
He's gone. Lindsay's gone. Davis has gone. We've got to move on. End of the day, people will still be here after everybody else is the fans, and that's the most important thing. But he's delighted to be here. Like I said to you, 4-year contract, so it's not like, we're only giving them, 3s or 2-year contracts. 4-year contract now, so if he is, just proved to have a fantastic season for us this season.
If he has a fantastic season up till January, Bold will sell him anyway, because they do.
Come on, man. Positivity.
What for, mate? We're selling all his best players.
But this lad could be better than Pinnock.
If he's better than Pinnock, then...
Will you hold your hands up and say, I'm wrong?
I'll hold my hands up until January when he's got sold. Because that's what'll happen, mate.
Come on, mate.
It's hard to be positive, mate. Come on, look at what we've done. Davis was inevitable, we know that. But both for his centre-halves, we've fetched to win, fair play, we've fetched to win, we've replaced them.
They've got a month to prepare.
They've got a month to prepare, but it's like... We're dismantling our team.
I sort of see what you're saying.
They're all going. There's going to be no chemistry.
I do understand your frustration, but we've got to give this lad a chance. But actually, you're not saying that, are you? Before, because people seem to think that's where you're coming from. He's not saying that. He's not saying he's not going to give this lad a chance. He's just frustrated that, arguably. I mean, Pinnock, what, 26? So theoretically, he don't fit the. No, I mean, are we still going ahead with that? Because that Samuel Radlinger, the goalie, who we signed, is 26. Well, I don't understand. And apparently we're looking at win or lose 28. So I don't know what's going on with that 25 policy.
So we can't keep going on doing that.
Well,
we need to
end of the day,
sign all the players with experience in Championship.
It could be as good, if not better,
I'm hoping
than Lindsay and Pinnock. You never know. And if he does turn out to have a fantastic season in summer next year, he'll have 3 years left on his contract. If clubs want him, they'll have to pay money for him. Yeah,
but we're fucking mugs, us, won't we? We'll just accept first offer we get.
No, I don't think we will. I mean, you look at last season, we signed with Bradshaw. We fought that out, and we managed to get a bit more for him.
That's what I mean, but it's not what we're wanting, is it? I mean, we should have asked him for at least 5 for Pinnock.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should have tried to. We might have done.
But anyway, on to this guy now. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing him. I'm not slating him at all. He's only a young lad. What I feel is this. I said this to you earlier off camera. My take on all this is we sell his best players. Then we bring young'uns in, chuck them in at deep end, and then when they're bad, fans go on at the back all season, and it's not their fault. I feel sorry for them, when it's like that, because they've got to take stick at it, and it's not their fault.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I know it's hard to be positive because Pinnock was last season. He won Player at Year. He was by far best player, and it's to say by you know.
I'd have sooner seen him go on a free in summer, to be honest.
Well. I would have tried to have got more, but you never know. The club might have tried to have got more, but it is what it is, and we've reinvested money, you know, straight away. And like I said, I do believe that last few days or so, a few weeks, I don't know, we've been in contact with Brentford about Pinnock. So obviously then we've made contact with AFC Wimbledon, tried to sort that deal out.
To be honest, this Pinnock deal, mate, I'd have sooner it happened in January than now. Last January, I'd have sooner him gone then and then just fetched that Sibbick in then. Gives him time then. He'd have had last season, we're in decent position, strong position in League One. He'd have had rest of that season to gel with players rather than having to come in summer now and then to get to know everyone.
Because Brentford were looking at him in January, weren't they?
That's what I mean, so I'd rather it just happened back then.
But would not have got backlash then though as well.
Yeah, but say that's the same thing, innit? But people would have calm been out if we'd have gone into the Championship, so it wouldn't have mattered. But now we're selling as chuffing best players, and I'm not saying replacing it with shit because we've never seen him. I'm saying we're replacing it with young'uns. I know we do this 25, 26 and under policy, but it's not going to work all the time. We need to look at people over that age. We need to look at experienced players in Championship.
Well, fingers crossed this lad turns out to be good. He's got my backing. He'll have your backing.
Yeah, he'll have my backing. Yeah, there's no against this lad. I've never seen him play before, so I don't know if he played against us in last season, but. Like I said,
he's highly rated, and at one point in 2017, Arsenal were monitoring him. And
I hope it all goes well for him, and I hope he comes on. And I hope he's a good player for us.
Yeah, so because we're gonna need it, aren't we? I mean, and him, so a bit early yet, obviously 4 weeks to go, but there's him and Mads Anderson.
Get to know each other. And
get to know each other in that, and yeah.
It's just going to take time.
Well, I mean, you look at other players. I mean, other players who've only got 1 year left. Is it Cavare? Who still hasn't signed a new deal? Tiam, Kiefer Moore. What's going to happen with them if they're not going to sign? I'm going to go down the same direction there.
Well, I don't know. That's what I mean. We're selling as best players. I know they've got this policy where if they don't want to sign, then they're just going to get rid of them and sell them on. But it's not that. I mean, if we offer them more than 10 grand a week, which we should be when we're in Championship, we've got money now, so why can't we do it?
Well, it does depend how much you value them, because one thing taking him...
Yeah, obviously, I'm not saying... I mean,
offering Tiam over 10 grand a week to me would be...
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, yeah, that's what I mean. But when you're offering 10 grand a week to us best player of last season and captains, it's hardly a lot in this day and age, is it?
Well, it is, but it's not. If you know what I mean.
It is for
to me and you. To me and you, 10 grand a week.
It is, yeah, but 10 grand a week in football, and in our club, it is obviously big.
When Marcus Rashford score it.
Marcus Rashford signed a new chuffing deal with Man United on 200k a week.
Nowhere near worth that, neither. Nowhere near worth that.
That's what I mean. They've got stupid money to spend. I mean, we've got billionaire owners. Come on, I'm sure we can offer a little more.
But then again, does it make you feel a bit proud the way we do it? In a sense.
Yeah, because
obviously instead of shipping money out to any Ray Henry, like Marcus Rashford, 200 grand a week.
Obviously it does in a way. I mean, we've got a policy and we're not going to pay stupid amounts. I'm not asking for stupid amounts, but if we want as players, if we want to keep players, we need to be offering them, especially best player of last season. You've got to offer it them.
End of the day, though, that's it, and draw the line over that, James. Come on now, smile on face. Smile on face. Come on. At the end of the day, like I keep going on, this lad could be good. He could be... Well, we obviously rate him. It fits the start of the system, everything like that. So, we've got to get... Obviously, we'll be behind him.
But like we said, none of this is against this lad. I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Yeah,
I'll just feel sorry for him if he doesn't turn out to be an absolute world beater, and then we've just chucked him in at deep end, which I will do for every player we've signed this summer if that's the case. Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed anyway, guys. But I'm glad that they've, one player's gone straight away. One's come in.
Coming, haven't they, really? Because we've signed that. Have we signed that other guy?
No, it's come through as yet on that. I've not seen no.
He said we were having a medical.
No, it's come through as that yet, so I'm not sure. But one's gone, one's come straight in. Obviously, I don't think he's going to be as not. It could be, but you look at other clubs who could. Do you know what I mean? Again, this goes back to it again. I was quite proud of this quote actually. I was really quite proud of it. I said we're like being in school, you asking me to do your homework and then you taking it into teacher and saying you'd done it. That's how it feels being a Barnsley fan. We find out all these talented players and then you've got clubs who snatch them off us at a cheap and say, oh, look who we've got. and we're the ones who did the work to make him that player.
If you look at it, we muggers sends off and like that, going back to your quote.
Well, what by 3 million? Yeah, I do. Pinnock wasn't going to sign. We've got rid. I can understand boards the way that they've done it there, but I would have personally said 5 million or not at all. And if they really did want him, they would have paid it. And if nobody else came in for him, if they didn't come in with another offer, then we've just got to hold his hands up and say, look, we lost out. Surely, like with money we've made over the last few years selling players before, and with what we've got behind us, it wouldn't have been a big loss, in all fairness, if you get where I'm coming from. Like, if nobody's going to come in and pay 5, we're just going to say, right, we've lost out on him, we move on. Because Patrick Ryan, actually, before anybody starts saying, oh, well, you'd sooner lose him for no rather than 3 million, Patrick Ryan actually stated once that he would sooner play it rather than players go in earlier on in season. If they're not going to sign a contract, let them go for free. And you can find that in a press conference video from 2016. So that's official, I'm not making it up.
And look what happened with Urian and Winnow.
Let's not go to there. Anyway, delighted that we've got a lad on board, and fingers crossed, it all works out for him, works out for us. And yeah, stay positive, guys. Stay positive, come on. Stendhal, we trust. You look at all players, and this is another one. This is another one for you. Lastly, before we go, another one that you look at all players who signed under this Stendhal reign. Every one of them's been decent, in my opinion. So this one, like Luke Thomas, both goalies. We yet to see them, of course, in a Barnsley shirt play. But Luke Thomas, everything like that, highly rated players. And last season, Dougal Bearer, all turned out to be decent.
Though, is it's a different league now.
It's a different league.
An harder league.
Yeah, that was, I get that as well. But it's like, I'm going to address it, actually. I'm going to address it. You told me about this, a comment that on the official Barnsley Football Club Facebook that somebody made about how Pinnock was meant to look good last season because of the strength of teams that we were playing, was it?
Yeah.
Somebody said it was good deal, it was good business because it was made to look good by the teams that we were playing last season. Well, if that's the case, Ethan Pinnock, our player of the year, that means every other player in this squad from last season have all been made to look good. So they're nowhere near good enough for the championship. That's, to me, that's what his comment indicates.
Well, that's what it's saying, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's what that indicates. So how he came out with that, I'll never know. He was class above, absolute class above last season, and fair play to him. He's got a decent move beyond more money. Apparently,
what some people said, I'm mistaking him. that was a personal highlight.
No, did he make any errors last season?
I don't know, but he had plenty.
But every player makes a mistake. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, guys. Stay positive, come on. And James is going to stay positive because I'm going to beat positivity into him.
I am positive, it's just fucking bored.
Lighten up.